If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling Art with Chris Things.
Ray! Do the hammerlock. I do the hammerlock. Ray! Do the hammerlock, you turkey necks. Yeah, do the hammerlock. I do the hammerlock.
Everybody's doing it. Hello there, friends. Welcome to the show. This is Wrestling Art with Chris Things. I am Chris Things Brian, your host, your pal. And today I am very excited because we're finally having another Wrestling Art Curator edition of the show. Yes, it's been a hot minute. Yes, it is sometimes a bit on the difficult side to arrange these artist guests, to wrangle them up when you're running a podcast from the down underland of Australia with the fun of time zones and everything like that. But we made it happen, and I'm delighted, as I mentioned at the end of last episode, to be having Travis Thornton, Travis Art, a tremendous wrestling artist who I have had the privilege of having on the show once in the past. We've been looking to line it up for a bit of a while now. Our part 2, we finally made it happen. That being Travis RT on Instagram. Recommend give him a little bit of a gander. Acclimating yourself with his tremendous visual style will probably make for a more interesting chat for you guys, I would think. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. So we'll be having Travis on the show in a couple of moments there. But before we get into our artist interview chat, I thought we'd get to our what's going on in the world of Chris Things intro monologue segment here. A little personal journal that I do using this podcast just to keep tabs of where I'm at, you know. And this week has been a bit of a recouping kind of one. I think I mentioned last week the crazy hectic schedule that I had in front of me with a big old 2 days. And we got through it. We survived. So we had the last Friday night was the big Lucha Fantastica Dia de los Muertos show in Brisbane. It was at the Eaton's Hill Hotel Ballroom. A wonderful venue. Beautiful roof. Really lovely, like ornate. Classic kind of style roof there. Great atmosphere for the venue, I feel. But so I had that on the Friday night, and I had a quick turnaround to get to the Great Artist Market the following day, which is one of the biggest days of the year that I have as a Brisbane-based artist. So, dude, first of all, I want to say this overall, both events were absolutely incredible. I met some absolutely wonderful people, had some delightful chats, all of that kind of really fulfilling stuff that fills up your cup and keeps you going as an artist. It's not like you do it to get that sort of like external gratification, I guess. But it's still a super nice and important thing to get, to keep that confidence going, to kind of like, just allow you to be talking like face to face with people. I think it's a really important thing. It's something I really love about doing these in-person events. That's just like a different thing compared to, sort of like Instagram and getting like comments and likes and that kind of stuff, which I do very, very much appreciate for everyone out there. Please don't think that I'm poo-pooing that. But yeah, there's something about the face-to-face experience side of it that's just so good. And both of these events were great. But I thought I'd drill down to what my 2-day kind of thing looked like for you guys, sort of like a bit of a day in the life of a traveling Wrestling-Art Carny dude that I am. So the preparing for the trip was a big thing. I think last time when I did this podcast, I was kind of a little bit stressed out that I was going to be like forgetting something important, and all the stuff like packing the car and packing my bags, all that kind of stuff. So I was in the thick of it there. I headed down on late Thursday afternoon, driving down. So we're up here in the hills of the Sunshine Coast area, which is around about an hour and a half drive north of Brisbane. So I had to come down. The way it worked out, I also had to bring 2 dogs, which I think I mentioned last time. So the fun challenge of trying to fit all of my crazy amount of stuff, all of my boxes, all of my art, shirts, frames, framed prints, big old travel bag, my tables, my thing that I hang stuff on. There's a lot to fit in a small car. And on top of that, 2 dogs, and dude, that was not the easiest thing in the world. I ended up having to have the 2 dogs sitting in the front seat the whole way. They were not happy about that. The entire trip, I was worried that they were going to have like a fight and then I was going to have a crash. But we got there. We made it in one piece, thankfully. So that was the start of it. And then, came the sort of like picking up all of the things for the event. So I had to pick up a new batch of T-shirts on my way down. Thank you very much, T-Shirt Co. I highly recommend their services. Great product there. So some lovely new batch of T-shirts that I now have available. I actually went through far more of those than I expected to on those 2 days, which is a good problem. Thank you everyone who bought a shirt. Then I had to drop off one of the dogs at my partner Kaylin's mum's house, and then fast forward all that, we get to the next day, and I have art prints to collect. I have new coasters and calendars to collect. I have to get some new bags and sleeves for the prints and for the orders and such at the in-person events. So I'm going all over Brisbane to do that. I also decided I should probably get a beard trim amongst that, because I feel like I don't want to look like a complete mess when I have these in-person events. So we did all that, but all of those things were just all over the different sides of Brisbane. So I pretty well spent the better part of my day just driving all around. I did reward myself with a tasty banh mi in Darra, as well as a great bagel in the morning when I did my Match of the Week post. That was another thing. Of course, I had to do the Match of the Week late on Thursday night as well. Anyway, at Unbearable Bagels, so that was delicious. But man, I was so tired after going this way, that way, all over, and then I had to be at the venue. So Lucha Fantastica does a nighttime adults only show, but they also do a family matinee show beforehand. So I had to get to that venue. I was aiming to be there around 3:30 to get set up. I ended up getting there just before 4, but dang, that felt like it was just a roller coaster ride to try to get here, there, and everywhere on time, going through traffic, all that kind of stuff. But you make it work. Finally get to the venue, get set up, and it is a whirlwind, but it's so good. I'm going to meet all like different wrestlers and catch up with different people that I haven't seen in quite a while. Very wholesome and lovely. But yeah, the 2 shows, and I think I didn't get packed up and finished till like 1:30 in the morning that day. Followed by a start, I think bump in for the Great Artist Market was at 6:30 I was slotted in for. So I think I got back to my folks who I was staying with in Brisbane at about probably near 2 a.m. And then, had to be up and leaving the house by 6 a.m. And then the Great Artist Market at Felons Barrel Hall at the Howard Smith Wharfs in Brisbane is just such a massive, amazing day. I was outside. It was a lovely sunny day. I very much enjoyed that, but it got so hot, dude. I was melting. I was just like such a sweaty mess for all these people that were that were encountering me for the first time. Dude, I just felt like I had to apologise to everyone and just try my best not to sweat on the art. But dude, it was such a good day. And then the other wonderful thing about Felons Barrel Hall is they are a brewery, so I got to have some delightful beers throughout the day that kept me going, kept me hydrated. I don't think they actually keep you hydrated. I think alcohol actually does the opposite. But I think I drank a bit of water to keep me going through. Anyway, I think so. I was lucky enough that day. My partner Kaylin actually happened to be in town, so she came along to support and help out a little bit during the market on the Saturday during the day at Felons, and that was greatly appreciated, and that was a big help. One of the funny things there was, so she gets there and she's like, "Hey, you want me to get you a coffee?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, I've been doing this for like hours and hours. It's got to be beer o'clock by now, right? I think I'm in beer mode." She's like, "Dude, it's 10:30." And I'm just like, man, I have no concept of time whatsoever at that point in the day. And I was like, okay, all right, maybe we can put the beer off by an hour or so. But yeah, man, it was a big day. It was like a 2-day period that was quite a lot, but it was wonderful, and I got to the end of it. My dad came along to help pack up, and we had a beer together afterwards. And yeah, I was just sitting there with that beer, chatting to Dad, and I was just like, it doesn't get better than that. Like it's sort of like such a wonderful high. Like you get through this thing that looked like it was going to be scary, but it's just so fulfilling and so great. So I really just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that I saw, everyone that I spoke to at Lucha Fantastica and at the Great Artist Market, everyone who supported, and of course, like the actual people that make these events happen. Senor Fantastico at Lucha Fantastica, and the whole great team. Paulina, thank you so much, and yeah, for all of the team that makes the Great Artist Market work as well. It's such a massive undertaking to put on such a huge market like that, and for it to be run as professionally as it is. I don't take it for granted. It was so good, and I'm grateful that I get to do it. And I'm also grateful to everyone who helped. Also shout out my buddy Faz and his partner Melanie came along out to Lucha Fantastica, and we hung out a bit at the nighttime show at my arty table. And then of course Kaylin, my dad. It's these people that help, that make the things work. So very grateful there as well. But all around, it was a tremendous weekend. By the time I got to Sunday, I was just absolutely rooted, as we say here in Australia. But yeah, I love it. I love doing it. And then I got into this week and I was like, all right, what do we got to do now? What commissions have we got? What business have I got to attend to? And then we do it all over again. So my next events coming up will be, what do we got here? And christhings.com.au/events. We have, so I've currently got that group show that I'm part of in Mexico City, Virgencitas Luchonas. If you're in the Mexico City area, you can go and check out that wonderful looking show. I believe it's still up. Thank you so much for Puerto Veritas for having me as part of that. But then upcoming events, looking like the 1st of November will be the big one with Lucha Fantastica's big Sydney show. I'm travelling down to Sydney for the Sydney portion of Dia de los Muertos, and the best part about that is it actually falls on the official day of Dia de los Muertos. I believe the first day on the 1st of November. It's a Saturday. It looks like it'll be tremendous. Come on down. There's the altar. There's a whole Aztec ceremony. The Senor Fantastico becomes a shaman. He'll bless you. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. So I'm super stoked for that at the Factory Theatre. Come on down. We've got both the kids show and the family show that night. And I've already had a few friends of the Chris Things reach out to me and let me know that they're planning on coming along. So very excited about that. If you guys are listening, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you there. And anyone else, if you'd like to come along, no one puts on a party like Lucha Fantastica. So it's going to be a great time, and I'm looking forward to being there. My little art table, hawking my arty wares. I think this is actually going to be my last Lucha Fantastica event of the year as well. So let's celebrate in style. I'm pumped. And followed by that, we'll get into the Oddities and Curiosities Expo tour later in the month. And I also feel like I have to lock in a little wrestling club for November. Let's see when we can get that locked in. Last piece of business here. Let everyone know I've got those calendars that you've been asking for. The Chris Things 2026 calendar featuring all new work from my 2025 solo show. It's Los Luchadores versus Alien Invaders for all of 2026. I think I'll be posting that one, making it available for sale next week officially on the website. So if you're keen for that, keep an eye out. But thanks so much, guys. This has run a little bit longer than I was expecting for an intro. But I hope I haven't worn you out yet, because we have a wonderful chat with Travis Thornton coming up right now. Over to you guys in the studio. That just happens to be this same back deck area that I'm recording this podcast. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for actual wrestling artist interviews. Feels like it's been a million years since I've done one of these, but I love doing them so much, and I am so enthused today to be having a returning artist guest that I got to chat with previously. Can't even remember when that episode was, but I remember it being a very fun one. But without any further ado, super talented artist on the line here, Travis Thornton. Welcome back to the show, my dude.
Hey, thanks, Chris, for having me, man. Always a pleasure.
Man, oh, my pleasure, dude. And we sometimes it takes a little while to get these things and schedules, together. So I'm stoked we're able to make this work today.
Yeah, for sure.
How you been, man?
Been okay, been good, all things considered, They could be much worse than they are, So yeah,
It's
they're
a
pretty
good way
good.
to look at things, I think. It's like you
Yeah.
can get bogged down in the not so good stuff, or you can try to focus on the good things. That's what
Yeah.
I try to do as best I can.
Everybody's here,
But
you know, we're all doing
that's
good.
it. That's it, man. It's so wild, like when we do these chats. And do you know how long ago it was our last one?
No, I tried looking it up earlier, like right before, and I don't remember when it was. It was a while
Well,
ago.
it was a while ago, and I mean the reason I say that is because it feels like a lot has happened since then. When I look at your stuff, I look at your work. It's pretty wild being able to sort of like keep tabs on someone through this wonderful thing that is Instagram. And like you get to see
Yeah.
sort of like the evolution of someone's stuff, like the changes that they have in life. And yeah, it feels like it was, just kind of yesterday in the sense that I'm talking to you, and now I'm talking to you now, and like a whole bunch of stuff's happened. So, I mean, I will direct people, if you hadn't already, listen to that first chat that we had. I thought that was a really fun one. Yeah, dude, like from the last time we chatted, you have so much cool stuff going on. I mean, the first one of all that I wanted to congratulate you on is doing this stuff with AEW, man. That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it's been wild, man. It's been crazy. Never did I think that my art would be used as like entrance graphics. It's nuts.
Dude, and it's so good as well, like the actual quality of work that you're doing for them. I mean, I think to me the one of the coolest things I ever did see was this Brody King Abolish Ice shirt piece. I love that so much. You guys did the t-shirt of it, and I'm obviously like 100% behind the message as well. And it's so cool that that is actually being able to be put on a platform on American TV, at least to a degree. But yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, it was just, he did it was the show that they did in Reno, Mexico, whenever that was. And Brody just wore the Abolish Ice shirt out to the ring. And was just like, man,
Amazing.
that was such a cool moment, and like, it went viral on, as far as like the internet, like wrestling internet. And then I was like, well, I just need to draw this. I already had a drawing that was kind of like the basis of it that I just like never finished. One of those just fits into your drafts for forever. It's like I just couldn't really figure it out. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it another shot with the Abolish Ice shirt, and I was like, oh, it covers up all of his tattoos. That makes it a lot easier to draw him. And then I just drew it, got it up quick, like the very next day, and he saw it and reached out. I was like, hey, you down to do a fundraiser? I was like, of course, dude, hell yeah. And there we go. It's like we did two different runs of it, raised over like $30,000.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, such a good dude, that Brody King. I been a bit of a fan of his for a while, but then seeing the people that sort of use that platform, for good. And you don't see a lot of wrestlers necessarily doing that. So man, all the props in the world to Brody King. But that was such a cool thing. Did that get you like sort of a bit more like traffic and business like after that?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely like followers and just traffic eyes on my stuff for sure, because they just exploded online. Like, Tim Robinson of
Mm.
I Think You Should Leave. He started following me off of it. So like, that's like one of the coolest things. Yeah, just tons of different eyes on it. And people reaching out, you know, and
So
congrats,
good.
whatever. Probably a couple different, commission things off of it, but yeah.
Dude, so cool to just like be able to be, involved in something as important as that. And I think raising funds for a lot of the people that are suffering, as a result of this ice bullshit. Like it's such an important thing. Do you have anywhere that you'd recommend directing people for current kind of like charities to raise money for that stuff?
I don't have anything right now. I don't remember which one they set up to
That's okay. I'll make sure to loop some stuff in the description of the episode. Give people some good resources to look at there. But nah, man, so happy about it. And yeah, so like in general for the AEW thing, where did that start? Because that was a big big thing since we last spoke.
Yeah, just getting to know Brody King. Like he started following me before the Abolish Ice. I had drawn him before and like tagged him in it or whatever, and he saw it and started following me and liked it and all that. So he's been following me for a while, and then just the Abolish Ice thing, we worked together on that, and that worked well. And then the Brodido shirt.
Love that design too, man. So good.
Yeah, thanks, dude. And he's just it's basically just working like directly with Brody on like different merch things, and then he just takes them to AEW. Had no idea they were going to be used as like entrance graphics. Whenever I was like, oh, this is just a shirt. I didn't know it was going to be like I was designing their logo.
Dude, that is wild. Like, imagine being in that building, seeing your design like off in like however many foot like that Tron is. Craziness.
I know. I haven't seen it in person yet. I think I'm gonna go. Blood and Guts is coming to Greensboro, North Carolina soon. So
cool.
That's pretty close to me. So I'm probably gonna make the trek over to Blood and Guts, and hopefully Brodido will be there. I'll get to see the graphic on the big screen.
Dang, dude, so good. Oh man, if I would love. I've never been to a show in Greensboro, but is it at the same building that they had the classic NWA stuff?
Yeah, the classic
retirement and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Greensboro Coliseum, historic venue.
Man, that'd be on my bucket list. Blair Country, baby.
Oh yeah. They call it something different now. It just got renamed, so it's not called the Greensboro Coliseum anymore. It's got some kind of like sponsor name, which is kind of a bummer, but it's still the same building.
Whenever that happens, dude, I'll always call it the original name. Get out of here, Pepsi Center or Cryptocurrency Arena or whatever the heck.
Right. But yes, it's that, and it's a cool arena. Yeah, we went to Revolution for Sting's retirement. So I was there for that.
Dang, that was a heck of a show.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was nuts, man. And it's such a like small. Well, it's not a small place, but there's no like upper deck, so any seat in the house you have a great view.
Yeah, those older buildings, beautiful.
And I had an opportunity. A buddy of mine works for AEW in like social media, and he was gathering stuff. He was like, it's Sting's retirement. If you want to do like a drawing or something and give it to me, I'll like give it to him.
Oh,
for his like final day. Like, and they were like gathering all sorts of stuff. Like people were writing him like letters and things. And so yeah, I had the opportunity to draw a portrait, like an actual like like graphite, pencil and paper portrait of him, and got it to him.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
I didn't get to meet him, but I gave him but I got him a drawing. And I don't have it right here on me. But they made like the little zine for like the Sting's last match zine. Did you see that?
I did. I thought that was way cool.
Yeah, and like the very first picture in the zine, like past the like Darby Allin's forward that he wrote or whatever, the first picture in there is the cover of my like packet that I gave to Sting. And it just says like to Sting, thank you. It's like what?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I have a lot of love for Sting. One of those guys where I don't know, something just magical about him as a wrestler. Like I think I'll always hold that sort of like early '90s kind of Surfer Sting era as like my absolute favorite. Like his stuff with Muda, and Cactus and Vader. Like that stuff just like can't be touched.
No, he can't. He's the best, man. Yeah, that Surfer Sting with the rat tail. You as far as like baby faces go, he's top tier.
Just iconic. And man, on that note, I wanted to give you a shout out. I absolutely adored your recreation of that amazingly bizarre Centaur Scorpion Sting WCW t-shirt. Everyone needs to check this out on Travis RT on Instagram. That I like legit, dude. I need your version as a t-shirt. That is absolutely incredible stuff.
Yeah, it's such a wacky design. Like I don't know who came up with it back in the day. And I've never seen one like in person or like an actual like up close picture of it. It's just what I based that drawing off of was like a little blurry like screenshot from a catalog.
So
But yeah, it's such a crazy concept.
dude, such an art to that of like coming across these like blurry retro graphics. Because I think we spoke last time about our love for a lot of that sort of like hand generated style merch that they had. Especially like WCW in that period, but then also like a lot of that amazing like retro All Japan kind of like merch and sort of being able to recreate that. I'm seeing that a little bit these days, and I know you play around with that a bit, but just so cool to see this kind of stuff brought back and have a lot of love put into it.
Yeah, for sure. It's way more interesting than just picture. Here's a picture of the guy's face or whatever, and his name is written across the bottom. Like, give me some art.
Yeah, I mean, I am so on like I just hate like so much of what's happening with AI art these days, and then especially on like Twitter these days, of like all this like fake weird AI videos that are just like just breaking my brain for like why are people liking this and stuff. But it's really something to get to see like even like the original graphics. I think are really cool. And yeah, I mean I think you're doing a lot of what I am hoping to see more of. In terms of current merch design that's actually designed. Like by a human. It feels like an actual human kind of like design. There's craft and love that's gone into it. And it's I don't know. What do you think of like the amount of AI art bullshit we're seeing in wrestling merch these days?
Oh god, it sucks. It's the worst. I hate AI so much. And just not even just the art stuff, just like how people use like Chat GPT to just
Oh man.
think for them, like and people are I feel like it's making everybody stupid, you know? Like it's
Yeah.
just ugh.
And like, I mean, in addition to all of the how bad it is for the environment and everything like that, it's just like, dude, you can.
Yeah,
There's a thing called Google where you can like do a little bit of research and like not have to have it like drip fed to you and use an exorbitant amount of water to cool some generators. Like, dude, makes me so
yeah.
angry.
Yeah. I Yeah, man. AI is that's yeah, I can't stand it. It's a bummer to see like companies and people using it,
Hmm.
and it's like you can tell right away. It's just whack. It's so whack.
It's funny how we've fast forwarded. Like, I sort of get it from an indie worker standpoint, where a lot of these dudes don't have much money. Like, they're just trying to like do something on the cheap to get something on a shirt to be able to, sell that for a few bucks when they're working shows, because they're probably not getting much for payday for the actual show itself. But I don't know. At least back in the day, that used to be, made by a person who was getting paid with a free shirt, at least.
Yeah, right.
Can we go? I used to complain about that back in the day, but can we go back to that?
Yeah, and
Oh, dang. But I mean, I guess like I sort of have a thing where I think there will always be people that appreciate that like human component of it. Like, I mean, is that something you think about much, and like much of what you're sort of like betting on in yourself and your work and your illustrations? You know, it seems very intentional when I look at your stuff, that it has a very sort of like human element to it. Is that something you're thinking about when you're making it and with your process?
yeah, definitely. And even if it's like if I design something on a computer with like vector fonts and all this stuff, I'll put it into Procreate and just redraw it just to give it
Right.
that little touch. Just make it a little bit, a little bit more, handheld. And I think there'll always be a space for art. Art is not gonna go away, just because a computer can copy something that kind of looks like, what you might be wanting to do. But yeah, I think there'll always be a market. I think it might even elevate, hand drawn art and design stuff, because everything's going to be just AI slop. And, I think there'll be less of us for sure. There'll be less opportunities, but I think the opportunities that are going to be there are going to be more quality. If that makes sense.
That's a nice thing. I like that sentiment a lot. I mean, I guess like I haven't really thought about this, but in a way, comparing that slop to something like, if you put that side by side with something that actually is like human and feels hand generated, like there is a big difference, and maybe that contrast is actually something where people can actually maybe see the value a bit more when you're like, oh, okay, there is a big difference here. So maybe that's something that's a good thing for us.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like I said, like you can spot AI image a mile away. Like it all looks the same. Like it's such. Yeah, it just doesn't look good. It's just not done well. It's like, and you can definitely tell the difference, even if it's not even that great of a drawing or something. It's like you can tell that it was done by a human, and it instantly makes it better.
Yeah, I agree. So one thing I was interested to talk to you about. I think I came across it on like one of your posts or something that you mentioned, but you had a bit of like a life change, a little while back in your work, and so like as your main gig, you were working as a graphic designer, I believe, and that came to a bit of a end. Is that right?
Well, I'm still a graphic designer, but my full-time job is no more. I got let go in July of my my day job, which was just graphic design for like on a marketing team for a corporation. And you know how that goes. They eventually you start cutting costs, and I was one of the ones that got.
Yeah, man.
So
I've been there. I had a very similar thing happen to me. Back in the day, it was sort of like part of my leaping off and trying to do this thing full time. I mean, with mine, I kind of left, but at the same time, I knew it was coming to an end anyway. But I was interested for you, sort of like where what that's looked like since then in terms of doing more of this kind of stuff, doing more freelance work. Like, what's it look like you're doing sort of like illustration and freelance kind of graphic design work at the moment?
Yeah, so I've just jumped full blown into freelance, graphic design, branding, logos, illustrations, like pretty much anything that I can, get my hands on, websites, merch designs, anything. And it's where I was at, I wasn't super passionate about it. Like it was a corporate gig, like it paid the bills, but like, I wasn't like waking up every morning, I can't wait to do this PowerPoint. You know what I mean?
Do this pitch deck or whatever.
Yeah, like I'd been kind of over it for a while, but I was just like, it's such a chill job, and I got my freelance stuff on the side. Just like, oh, it's fun. Like, I'll just deal with it, and then. But like going full time freelance is something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I've just been like, scared to do it because.
Oh yeah, that shit's terrifying, man.
It is. It is for sure, but that's what I'm doing right now. I mean, I'm still looking for other stuff, like a more like, secure paycheck. But I've been getting some pretty consistent freelance stuff here and there.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's been a wild ride, but yeah, it's worked out so far.
Dude, I'm stoked to hear that it's working out. I mean, I'll direct everyone to TravisThorntonDesign.com.
Yes.
Check out some of his stuff there and see this crazy talent. And if you need some stuff done, I highly recommend Travis's skills. But yeah, dude, like I guess I was interested to talk to you about that because that's been sort of a path that I've gone down, and it's a bumpy road. It's a like we said, it's a scary road. I know you got like a family and this kind of real life shit where we got bills to pay. So it's funny in a lot of ways. You're like, everyone's got to do it. It's like you do the most fulfilling thing, but at the same time, it's like a tricky point where like the most fulfilling thing isn't necessarily going to pay the bills, but you kind of like work it out as you do it. But yeah, I'm excited for you, honestly, man.
Thanks, man. I'm excited too. I hope it can keep working out. But yeah, unfortunately, we live in a capitalist society where you need money to exist. Yeah. And with two small kids, it's pretty scary. But yeah, I'm making the most of it now.
Can I ask, have you found any sort of like things along the way, like from when you started doing it, sort of like full-time freelance, any kind of like lessons that you kind of learned, or ways like kind of triggers that you can use when you need a bit more work coming in, or any kind of like advice that you might have for other people who are looking to maybe take that jump?
Not really. I'm kind of just like flying by the seat of my pants, figuring it out as I go. I think what's helped me is already having like a pretty strong following on like Instagram.
Yeah.
So it's like I already had eyes on my stuff, my like for fun stuff. So now it's like I've built up kind of like a network of folks that reach out and want to get stuff done. If I didn't have if my Instagram just like got hacked or blocked, or it just went down, like it just went by, like it just was gone, and then I'd jumped straight into freelance, I don't know what I would. I don't know what I would do. I probably wouldn't be able to do
Dude, I
it.
fear that every day.
But that's why I was like, don't do anything too like copyright, like IP stuff, just in case. Yeah.
Well, one thing I did want to give you like a shout out for that I thought was a great little idea. Like something as simple but as smart as that post that you got pinned at the top of your Instagram page, that like open for business one, a bit of examples of your portfolio, letting people know what you do. Like I think that's such a good idea, and I don't necessarily see a lot of other people doing it. So that's what gave me the idea that you are, pretty switched on when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing design for uh over 10 years, over a decade, 15 years probably, of just like actually doing it for a living. So, yeah, it's like that was my like freak out. Like I just got, I just lost my job. I'm like freaking out. I need something to do. Like let me put together this little like, ad for myself on Instagram and see what happens.
I mean, that's what everyone says, right? Like you got to treat yourself like the client or the business that you would be, trying to promote or work for. If you were when we had like an in-house gig or whatever. Sometimes I have to remind myself of that. It's not just like my little personal kind of like playground as much as like I do need to treat it like a business sometimes.
Yeah, that's been tricky too. Because I used to just do these drawings and things just for fun, like in my free time. Now it's like it's become my it's become my main source of income now. So that's been kind of a weird thing to deal with, for sure.
Well, it seems like you're still having fun whilst doing the business stuff. Because another one of the things that I was blown away and really happy to see you doing is this. You're doing Sketchamania again this year, and you've been like, dude, I don't know how I could keep up with doing that shit every day, but you've been killing it. It's so good.
Yeah, it's rough. Like as soon as and Marge.jpg is the person who's puts it together every year.
So good.
Shout out to Marge.jpg, or I don't know what her handle is now because yeah, Marge.jpg, spell it out. Dot. But anyways, yeah,
I love her stuff.
As soon as she dropped, yeah, she's great. As soon as she dropped the list, I was like, okay, I need to get like get a head start on this like immediately, and just like did as many as I could do in between like having client work to do, and just like I'm like maxed out now. I don't have any I don't have any new ones. So we'll see how the rest of this month goes. But
well, I think outside of the Sting one, I absolutely adore the Austin and Vince one in the hospital gown, Dr. Bit, one of my favorite Attitude Era moments. The Johnny B. Bad. Oh my gosh. You captured him just so perfectly.
yeah, that was a good one, man. That was one that's like as soon as I decided on I want to do Johnny B. Bad and like started doing just like the outline, I was like, oh yeah, this is working out.
Dude, like the eye makeup and the blush and shit, just chef's kiss.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. He didn't look like that for that long, I don't think. That was like whenever they first started it, but I had to do the makeup. Just so ridiculous. I had to.
Oh man, big time love and nostalgia for Johnny B. Bad there. He's one of those cats where I remember when I was first watching it, I was like, oh man, this guy sucks. Like more more of the work rate guys, right? I'm like, give me more like Pillman, more Benoit, more Liger, like Malenko, all that kind of stuff. And then a character like Johnny B. Bad, I was like, this is hackneyed trash. But I go back and I watch it now, and I feel like Johnny B. Bad, Mark Mero, is one of those dudes that has just been slandered by history, and he was so darn good, like compared to the flowers that he gets.
Yeah, man. I feel like people don't give Mark Mero any respect at all. And I think it's because, he was with Sable, and then, Brock Lesnar stole Sable from him or whatever. It's like, or Sable was the star, and it's like, oh, Mark Mero is just like the Sable's husband or whatever. So it's like, I feel like, yeah, he got a bad rap. I feel like, yeah, he was a lot better than people give him credit for.
I mean, the WWF run wasn't great, but if we can just purely celebrate how awesome the Johnny B. Bad WCW run was, and plus, I remember being super stoked when he had that little weird comeback run in TNA in the Impact Zone. Do you remember that one?
No, man, I wasn't watching at that time, so I missed that.
I don't think it was very long, but it did make me very happy.
That's one of my blind spots. TNA is a blind spot for me.
I was a big fan of those OG sort of Asylum years when it's sort of the original kind of X Division was coming together, and the World X Cup, and I was a big fan of that Raven feud with Jeff Jarrett and with AJ around that time. That was super, super good. So I'd recommend, if you ever feel like jumping in and checking some of that stuff out, some good shit.
Sure, man, we'll see. And I liked Wildman Mark Mero too, man. Whenever he first came into WWF.
Oh yeah,
that was cool. I had a Wildman Mark Mero action figure.
Oh, nice, dude! I used to love the action figures. I swear I still have a bunch of them at my mum's house.
I wish I did. My mom threw all my stuff away.
Yo, what are you watching at the moment? Are you getting much time to watch much wrestling these days?
So I basically just AEW. That's all I can do to keep up with what's going on two different between Dynamite and Collision. It's that's about as I'm maxed out on, 4 hours ish of wrestling a week. I just can't keep.
It's a decent amount of time.
Yeah. I have Netflix, so if I remember it's Monday, I'll put on Raw just in the background, just to see what they're up to. But I'm not really invested in it. AEW, I'm very much invested in AEW and what's going on there. But yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah, for myself, I think most of my watching is more limited to retro kind of stuff these days.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I get what you mean. I'd be lucky if I get 4 hours a week to watch stuff, and I do, try to keep up on, a bit of NOAA or some CMLL current kind of things. But generally speaking, I find I just get so much more enjoyment out of watching some old early 90s WCW or glory days, Japanese stuff. It's still just really cool to me that you can just jump in that little time machine and go back and just watch some just great stuff from whenever.
Yeah, if I ever have a random night where I don't have anything going on and I want to watch wrestling, and it's not Wednesday or Saturday, I'll go on YouTube and throw on, an old Kabashi match, or you said some 90s. We're going the WWE Vault, and they're always live streaming something random, and I'll just put that on.
So good.
Yeah, random lucha matches, cruiserweight.
Oh, I love that stuff.
Mid 90s cruiserweight WCW stuff.
Super Callow.
Yeah.
Cyclope.
Yeah, Cyclope. Or maybe
Yeah,
Dean Malenko disguised as Ciclope.
man, that's sneaky Dean Malenko.
Oh, Sneaky Dean.
Yeah, what's your sort of? Do you have much structure to your day, like at the moment, like in how you'll kind of like approach things? Do you have sort of like a standard work day or flow that kind of like works for you as like as an illustrator doing this kind of freelance thing?
Yeah, so I still start every day, exactly the same as if I had a job. Like, I wake up and get the kid ready for school, take my daughter to school, then come home. My office is like I have a home office, like it's upstairs. It's like one of those like the one room upstairs, like over your garage. So it's like the only thing up here is this one room and it's my office. So I'll come up here and like close the door and it's like, all right, I'm gonna start my day and I'm like isolated.
That's so
And like,
good.
yeah. And it's not like I have to work like from the couch or from the kitchen table or something and there's like distractions all the time. I can come up here, close the door and just like focus on whatever it is I got going on. So that's been nice. I still try to treat it like it's like, okay, I'm at work now.
You got it.
Yeah.
I like, for me, I need to have that little bit of degree of separation. So whether that's like a location kind of thing or just something where you can be in a mindset where you're just like, okay, I'm not just fucking around at home. It's
Yeah.
business time, baby.
Yeah, for sure. Because I could, if I was just like, if I didn't have a dedicated office space, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my productivity would be like.
Do you struggle with distractions at all, or are you pretty good?
Yeah, for sure. Especially, I have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old at home.
Dang.
So it's like if they are both at home or even one of them's at home, is you can't do anything. Yeah, even if you want to, okay, like I need to like let me put something on the TV, so like Miss Rachel, so you'll just chill out for a minute. That doesn't work. They're just nuts, man.
Dude, I don't know how you do it. That's one thing. Like myself and my partner Kaylin, like we're sort of at that stage of like talking of like, do we, don't we, for the kids kind of thing. And we're living all together in the house with her sister and her husband, and they've got a little youngin. While they build the new place. So we're all living together. So we're getting to be around like little crazy 2-year-old, and just seeing like the day-to-day challenges. Yeah, man, I have so much respect for like all parents. Hey.
Yeah, it's wild, man. That's for sure. But it's fun too. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
That's good to hear. That's I just I really struggle with the mentality of sort of being able to still put as much into the things that you love. But I guess like from other parents that I've spoken to, they're sort of like, you still can, but you just got to sort of like pick and choose your time and be a bit smarter about it than you might do otherwise.
Yeah, you definitely gotta like schedule things and plan things out. You can't just like wait for inspiration to strike, because it will strike during when your kids is having a meltdown over their sandwich was cut the wrong way. You gotta be like,
those 2-year-old tantrums are pretty gnarly.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was putting my 2-year-old to bed last night. She had a Band-Aid on her finger, and it's like it fell off while I was like putting her to bed, and she like lost her mind, dude.
Oh no.
It's just like it's like you didn't even like, it's not even bleeding. I don't even know why you even have this on. But
I
man,
have to stop myself sometimes with Eddie from like laughing at them because I don't want to, like diminish his, he's clearly, pretty upset at something. But sometimes you
yeah.
just like can't help it. You're just like, you're being ridiculous right now.
Yeah. Yeah, 2-year-olds are hard. It's difficult for them to regulate emotions. So try to
Yeah,
think
you
of it
got to
that
be
way.
patient.
They literally don't know what else to do other than scream if they're
Yeah,
upset about something.
yeah. So at the moment so you sound like you do a bunch of different kind of stuff, like wrestling art related, and then just like whatever comes through, logo design, whatever. Do you sort of, I guess, like with what you're putting out, a lot of it's clearly wrestling art, which I love. Are you ever like thinking about sort of like, oh, am I pigeonholing myself too much? Am I doing too much stuff like this to where people think I only really do wrestling art? Because I sometimes have people say the same to me, like, oh, I'd like you to. I got one the other day where they're like, oh, I'd like you to do like a dog portrait for my girlfriend, but like if it's okay, could he like not be wearing like a wrestling costume? I was like, yeah, dude, whatever you want. Like, I obviously love that shit, but it doesn't have to.
It's not a requirement. It doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be wearing tights. But
Is that something you think about much?
yeah, because definitely it's like if I ever post anything on my Instagram that's not wrestling, like 9 times out of 10, crickets. Like
Yeah.
no one gives a shit if I draw anything that's not wrestling related. Because I guess like all my followers came through the wrestling post, so it's like, well, I just keep drawing the wrestling stuff because that's what people like, and it gets a good response most every time. And then if I don't, if it's ever anything different, it's like the like the impressions, interactions, whatever, is just like so much smaller. But I still do it. I still put it out there just to let people know, like, look, I like other things that besides wrestling and stuff like that.
I mean, I had so much love, like speaking of the non-wrestling stuff, for your little baby Billy righteous gemstones. One, just so great.
Thanks, man. Yeah, Baby Billy. That's God. It's such a great character.
Oh, magic! Every word that comes out of his mouth is just something else. I
Yeah,
adore that show.
yeah. And I grew up in a similar situation. Like I grew up like Southern Baptist.
Oh wow!
So, yeah, I'm from like rural North Carolina. So
So that
yeah, like
checks
all
out.
yeah. So yeah, it hits pretty close to home, righteous gemstones to me for like how I grew up and stuff.
Man, that's gotta be like, because I watch it and it's like sort of just this wild world where I'm like, it just blows my mind. But actually, sort of being close to it would just be insane.
Yeah. I didn't grow up in like a mega church or anything like them, but it's just like, you know, similar type of stuff. Similar
I mean,
characters.
there's a big connection to it with wrestling too. I was just talking to a friend the other day at our wrestling club thing, and I play a lot of like Dusty Rhodes promos, that kind of stuff, or have been
Hmm.
lately. And Joe was like mentioning specifically like how much like Dusty in like his mannerisms and stuff, he's like one of those like Baptist church like preachers, and just having this like crazy charisma of like, oh man, it's a weird connection, but I would be shocked if he didn't use some of that in his promo presentation.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, they're all carnies, right?
Yeah,
It's
that's
all
it. That's the connection.
it's all yeah, similar personalities, similar stuff like that.
Yeah. I feel like a little bit like a carny sometimes these days when I'm doing my different
Oh yeah.
in-person events and setting up my little art table and like got my t-shirts there and like hawking my wares like
Mm-hmm.
it's just traveling city to city doing this shit. I'm like, man, I am one of the carnies that I it's a wild life.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun chopping it up with you, man. I'm stoked to see your journey. As things go on. It's really cool for me to get to like touch base, and I like sort of, I don't know, a lot of time when you do these chats, the first one you're sort of like getting to know one another a little bit, but in this second one I feel a little bit more able to just kind of like chop it up like we're having a beer together,
Yeah, for sure. I want to be right now.
Oh, man,
It's too early for you, though, right?
oh, it's 11:57, so it's 3
Oh,
minutes off of midday.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I got a couple in the fridge, so it'll be a Friday night here before I know it. So I definitely think I'll be having a few.
Sounds good to me, dude.
Yeah, but I'd like to thank you so much once more for coming on here and keeping me company more than anything. It's just getting to chop it up like this just keeps me sane. So I really there's something magical about being able to talk like this about something that's very niche like wrestling art to someone on the other side of the world, and that just feels like so many things that we have in common. It just blows my mind every time.
Crazy, right? Yeah, and I appreciate you. I guess I didn't shit the bed too much the first time because you asked me back.
Yeah, dude, definitely
Yeah,
not.
but yeah, it's fun. It's you're easy to talk to. I like doing this stuff.
Thanks, man. Well, I would love to be able to venture over to your neck of the woods. Hopefully, when you'll have a different president and
Yeah,
people
you
like
might
me are
not
more
want to
welcome
come.
over there.
You might not want to come right now. It's kind of a bad time over here right now.
Yeah, well, I hope things change because I really do have a lot of love for your country, and I've had many travels over there in the past, and I met some of the best people in the world over there. So yeah, I really look forward to when things are maybe looking a little bit nicer, and I get to come back because where you live is a really really beautiful place.
Yeah. It's kind of a bummer right now, but yeah, I'm optimistic things will turn around.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Well, hopefully it does, and I would love to come and have a visit and see a little bit of your neck of the woods sometime.
Yeah, that would be awesome, dude. Come on over.
I would love that. But thanks so much, dude. I guess I've directed people to your Instagram, Travis RT on Instagram there, TravisThorntonDesign.com. Anything else you direct people to in terms of plugs to be able to support the Travis art?
Those are the two main ones. I also do 4-Star Frog Splash on Instagram. That's like a mostly like 90s magazine scans, like Japanese magazines, like Purisu scans. Sorry, excuse me. I haven't been keeping up with that one much lately, but I still try to post on that as often as I can. So people go check that out if you like 90s 90s all Japan, New Japan. That's pretty much what it mostly is.
It is so good. I would highly recommend it to everyone. And I can't not look at that stuff and just get ideas for, different, like paintings or illustration things that I might be able to do. So you keep the inspiration alive with that one, my dude.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but like, yeah, anybody needs any work done, illustrations, merch designs, poster designs, You need a logo, website, whatever, dude. Hit me up.
Hit a brother up. He does
Hit me,
great
bro.
work. All right. Well, thanks so much, dude. I'll let you. I guess it's nighttime over there. You're gonna be getting to bed before too long.
Yeah, I probably should. I'm kind of a night owl.
Oh, that's good. That's where you get the wrestling watching happening.
Yeah. The kids don't really like wrestling too much. So have to watch it after hours.
I got to be careful around Eddie, man. This 2-year-old really like have some stuff I'm watching on the computer, and you know, a lot of the time it can be really violent. And he just seems like, what is this amazing world? Like, I think I just need to shield him from it a little bit to make sure he doesn't stab his other kids at daycare in the head with a fork or something.
Oh god. No, that just reminded me the last match that my 6-year-old watched was the Hollywood ending, Tony Storm and Mariah May.
Oh, dang.
we were on a trip, like, for my brother-in-law was getting married, so we were on a trip, and we were like, okay, we have to watch this. And we were in a different time zone, so it came on early, so I was watching it, and she was up, and she was like horrified.
Amazing.
But yeah, she's not a big fan of wrestling. She acts like she is if she wants to, like, if she's trying to delay going to bed on a Wednesday. Ooh, are you watching wrestling? I want to watch.
Knows how to tug on those heartstrings.
Yeah. Like, no, you don't. Remember, you cried the last time you watched this.
So good. Hey, I mean, that might be something you'll get to share together in the future. That's always something that brings families together, right?
Yeah, maybe one day. Hopefully, I would love for them to show an interest in it. I'll take them to a show. Otherwise, it's just like K-pop Demon Hunters and Frozen and all that stuff.
Oh man. Well, thanks again, dude, and I'll let you get back to it.
Yeah, dude. Thanks again for having me.
Appreciate it, man. Love to connect again and have you back on the show in a little bit. We'll see how we go.
Yeah, anytime, man.
Alrighty, there we go. A lovely chat with Travis Thornton. Again, hit that dude up for some rad art t-shirts, all of the things. Love to see people supporting an actual artist. I was so stoked when I saw Perfect Attendance Wrestling Club member Joe repping that sick Stan Hansen Travis t-shirt. Made me so happy. Yeah, such a good dude. Also, on the front of the charities that we were talking about earlier, two that I would recommend. I think the one that Brody King was originally having some proceeds go towards with the Abolish Ice shirt was the Local Hearts Foundation. You can check out localheartsfoundation.org. And also another one that I think is a really good charity to be supporting for the Latino community at the moment is wearecasa.org. Really good charity that you can check out and donate to if you feel like doing such a thing. But I'd like to thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Just love having a good old wrestling artist nerd out chat. I had a really good time. I'd also like to say a big thank you to Social Suplex, socialsuplex.com, the home of this podcast, as well as a bunch of other rad wrestling podcasts from One Nation Radio, the flagship of the network, to Keeping It Strong Style, the New Japan, long-running New Japan podcast of the network, starring our friend of the show, young boy Josh Smith, to the Trish and Sarah podcast, Tunnel Talk. We've got Imp's WWE Adventure, We have the All Things Elite Wrestling podcast, all sorts of stuff. So check it on out. Thank you to Social Suplex for allowing us to continue to do this show. And yeah, guys, I just having a fun old time doing the wrestling artist thing, and that is because of you. I appreciate it. Everything you can do to support. You guys are rad. Even like the sharing of the things on Instagram or Twitter goes a long way. Or yeah, if you would like to support Chris Things, like in a financial sense, christhings.com.au is the place to go. You got all of the match of the week art print illustrations up there. A bunch of fancy art print reproductions of some of my paintings that I've done from various shows. Just posted a new one up there this past week, actually, a nice little Mil Mascaras number, which I was pretty stoked with. But yeah, check it on out, and I appreciate every single one of you. You keep this train a-rolling. All right, well, that's it for us for this week. I hope you have an excellent week. If you have some creative projects of your own on the go, I hope you have fun with those. And I just hope that you enjoy life in the time that we have here. Anyway, that's enough of my rambling. I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy!
Do the hammer like you turkey necks. Yeah, do the hammer lock. I do the hammer lock. Everybody's doing it. Do the eye gouge. Yeah, do the eye gouge. Do the eye gouge, you turkey necks. Yeah, do the eye gouge. I do the eye gouge. Everybody's doing it. Okay, you turkey nuts. Gather around. Let me show you how to do the crusher.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.